The first people I would have to kill are my 2 housemates to secure the entire apartment for myself as my personal torture and killing chamber. Should I put echo on my voice when I read this?
Yes.
Yeah. After that, I will start luring people into my apartment. I will knock them out with a hammer. Dude, I'm telling you, this guy is basically Mike from Red Bar. Okay. I'm going to go back to this. This is really what it says. After that, I will start luring people into my apartment. I will knock them out with a hammer and slit their throats. I will torture some of the good-looking people before I kill them, assuming that the good-looking ones have the best sex lives. All of that pleasure they had in life, I will punish by bringing them pain and suffering. I have lived a life of pain and suffering, and it was time to bring that pain to people who actually deserve it. I will cut them. I will flay them. I will strip the skin off their flesh and pour boiling water over them while they are still alive, as well as other forms of torture I could possibly think of. When they are dead, I will behead them and keep their heads in a bag, for their heads will play a major role in the final phase. This first phase will represent my vengeance against all the men who had pleasurable sex lives while I've had to suffer. Things will be fair once I make them suffer as I did. I will finally even the score. In other news, I would say, see Captain America, the cool soldier. Whatever. Okay, first of all, this is the first thing I've ever read without having to fuck it up and reread, which is chilling, meaning, why am I so good at reading this guy? And also, why is this guy ripping me off? Why is this guy doing his own Red Bar? That motherfucker, that was a chunk from his manifesto, The Killer. That sounded like me, to me. Joking around, of course. Or was I joking around about all these creeks? Just amazing. I mean, I'm blown away every time. Let's add a call to the line. We haven't been doing too well with these, but we'll give it a shot. Hey, you're on Road Bar with Mike and Cam.
Hey, Mike, just calling in to let you know that you're a filthy Jew.
Mother... Well, got us again. Yeah, unbelievable updates out of Isla Vista, California today, and it seems like it keeps getting better and better. Cameron, is there anything else we should play to cover this thing today?
No new videos that I know of. I've just been reading this manifesto. It's amazing. He covers his entire life story.
Now, what makes something... Yeah, but why is it a manifesto? Just because he did something dastardly after he wrote it?
There's manifesto things in the epilogue.
Okay.
Like his plans.
Somebody
like what you just read.
Somebody in the chat says, dang, that guy was crazy. I disagree. Anything else in his manifesto that stuck out to you?
The first time he masturbated, he talks about in detail.
Wow. We got to get... can you send me a link to that? Or just copy and paste that chunk?
Maybe.
Yeah, this one's a big one. And I believe, like, the news is really overwhelmed with information right now. So this one's going to go on for a long time, I think. This will at least be a month, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, let's see if... I think we're one of the first podcasts to really cover it. Because most shows don't even resume till Monday, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for us. We might be like bigger than Corolla and Joe Rogan combined come Monday because of this. We're basically the only people in comedy covering it. So, okay, so here we go. Yeah. Hold on, I got to put on my little faggoty little things to read this. Okay. He says, Oh, and when I put echo on, that means I'm reading his manifesto just so you could differentiate his rants from mine. I started to masturbate on a regular basis. At first, I did it by rubbing my penis on my bed, but it eventually escalated to looking at pictures of girls online while rubbing my penis against my pants, fantasizing about doing sexual things to them. I didn't know how to access any porn sites, so I would just browse regular websites until I found a picture of a hot girl to masturbate to. I hear ya. I got the same problem. Tough to find those porn sites. Give me the codes. Give me the... I don't understand what he's talking about. I think he's trolling, Cameron. I really do. I think there's a bit... I don't think the whole thing was trolling, but I think he thought a lot of this would be funny and get a lot of people like misdirected when they cover his killings on the news. I think he did. I think he went out of his way to say things that were like subtly so out there just because he knew it would be funny to watch the news try to talk about these things as if he was serious.
I got another one.
All right. Let's see. Does it start with in just a week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's another one from his manifesto. This is breaking stuff. It's not out anywhere yet. Cameron got a copy of his manifesto 2 weeks ago because he works with him. Okay. In just a week into my summer break, my mother told me that my father and Sir Mom... What, Cameron, what is that word?
I don't know. It's some name.
Okay, it's a name. It's Soimaya? Samaya?
Sure.
Okay. In just a week into my summer break, my mother told me that father and Samaya were going to Morocco, and I would be forced to go with them. This news upset me tremendously. Then I asked how long this trip would be, and I was told it would be 8 weeks. 8 weeks? I could not believe what I was hearing. I threw a big tantrum. For one thing, I was never enthusiastic about Morocco. The country is very backwards, and that made me feel very uncomfortable. They didn't even have the latest video games. Boom.
It's like this, with chapters separated by his age and how old he was when these events happened.
How long is the manifest? How many pages?
140.
Wow.
Yep.
We have a lot of work to do. The media. 140-page manifesto?
Yeah.
Holy shit. He set this thing up for movies, books, documentaries, round-the-clock coverage. I mean, he really set this up to be a big deal, and I wonder, there's got to be a chance that part of it was to fuck with everybody. Because I think he went out of his way to make this pretty weird, and maybe, I don't know, I can't tell you for sure, but maybe he was fucking around in all those videos. In this manifesto. This sounds great. Somebody says it's a novella. Just tuned in. If you have just tuned in, we're covering the Elliot Rodger shooter. He shot up 7 people dead, including himself. And then they found 3 male victims annihilated in his apartment. Do we have word on why he killed the male victims yet?
Like it said in the manifesto, I'm guessing. That he wanted it as his torture chamber.
Ah, yes. Yes. And the fact that he mentioned hammer when I just introduced the desk hammer on the show, it's like, it's too bizarre. It's almost like maybe he listened to Red Bar. Can you do a Control F and search Red Bar while you got that manifesto open?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because if I go down for this, introducing to the phones, we got Zach Guthrie, everybody. Hey, Zach.
Hey.
How are you?
Great. I just tuned in a second ago, and I heard you saying that you're not a fan of Morocco.
Yeah, yeah, I've never... That might be weird to some people, but I've never been enthusiastic about Morocco. And definitely not enough to spend 8 weeks there.
Yeah, I heard you were upset about the video game situation they have.
Absolutely. Yeah, they don't even have the latest video games. Why do I know his manifesto like I fucking wrote it? Why do I remember? I can't remember anything. And I'm remembering random lines from a manifesto I just read. Something's going down. I'm Elliot. I'm Elliot. I'm Elliot. Just kidding, the cops. I'm good. I really hate that everything Elliot did is the same stuff I do, except I didn't kill anybody at the end.
So I think the point you're getting to, and I might have missed this because I just started tuning in, is this is all the stuff Cho should have done?
What do you mean, like complain about Morocco?
No, like set it up for more biopics.
Yes, exactly. I'm learning. You know what I do now? Mike 3.0, he's a whole new guy, and whenever he reads something, he learns from it. So, like, I'm learning a lot from Elliot Rodger because I love him, and he will be mine, and we're together.
Yeah, so it's like Cho only leaves like a 3-minute speech. But you have like this is a lot. You could
Cho actually wrote down 3 ancient Chinese symbols, which actually equals 340 pages of manifesto, but nobody bothered to decode his ancient scribe. Somebody said, Mike, did you mention the title of the manifesto? Cameron, what's the title? Cameron? Did we lose him to...
Oh, yeah.
Cameron, what's the title of the manifesto?
My Twisted World, the story of Elliot Rodger.
Coming soon to Disney, folks. My Twisted World.
I got another one for you.
All right. We got another caption from Elliot Rodger's manifesto. I don't really believe his name is Elliot Rodgers. It doesn't sound like him. His name should be like...
Rodger.
Oh, Elliot Rodger. I think his name should be...
Dahmer?
Scott. Definitely Scott. Scott Fishman. That's what I think his name should be based on his looks.
That's a pretty good one.
Thank you. Cameron just sent me another chunk from his manifesto. I'm going to put on my glasses. I'm going to put on some echo, and I am going to become my main man, Elliot Rodger. Okay. The first strike against women will be to quarantine all of them in concentration camps. At these camps, the vast majority of the female population will be deliberately starved to death. That would be an efficient and fitting way to kill off all of them. I would take great pleasure and satisfaction in condemning every single woman on earth to starve to death. Now, these sound like B-side lyrics to my hit single, Women. I would have an enormous tower built just for myself, where I could... Holy shit. Dog Tower. Where I could oversee the entire concentration camp and gleefully watch all of them die. The name of my album. If I can't have them, no one will. Something that I say to my dogs constantly. I'd imagine thinking to myself as I oversee this. Women represent everything that is unfair with this world. And in order to make the world a fair place, they must be eradicated. A few women would be spared, however, for their sake of reproduction. These women would be kept and bred in secret labs. Dr. Dreadful's food lab. Okay, now I'm pushing. All right, let's see. Labs. There, they will be artificially inseminated with sperm samples in order to produce offspring. Their deprived nature will slowly be bred out of them in time. Future generations of men would be oblivious to these remaining women's existence. And that is for the best. If a man grows up without knowing the existence of women, there will be no desire for sex. Sexuality will completely cease to exist. Love will cease to exist. There will no longer be any imprint or such concepts in the human psyche. It is the only way to purify my water. Thank you. This is an ad from Brita. Okay. This is truly amazing.